Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Big Four podcast. If you hadn't heard the news, we'll be doing 2 podcasts a week now, one for college basketball, one for college football. And tonight, we present you the first college basketball podcast of this season, so let's get right into it. Who are the Big Ten contenders?
You guys gonna go?
Michigan State. It's not that hard. Just those two.
Okay, smarty.
I haven't decided who my favorite team is yet, so I'm not sure. I think I'll go with probably Michigan State. They're usually the favorite every year.
The question isn't asking what the favorite is. Who are the contenders?
Well, Michigan State's the favorite, obviously. And probably Northwestern. Oh, shit.
Oh my gosh. You're killing me. The contenders. Michigan State, Michigan, Nebraska, Indiana, Purdue, and Maryland are the contenders for the Big Ten championship regular season.
That is ridiculous, and that is too long of a list.
Don't forget about Rutgers. Don't forget about Rutgers.
The actual list is Michigan and Michigan State. Those are the only two teams
No.
that would win the conference. But
Purdue has the American Player of the Year, whatever they call him. Ohio State's going to be last in the league, but they'll be okay because they have a good coach. Indiana's got Langford, and not the crappy Langford on MSU, the other Langford. Maryland is always good, and Nebraska has probably the best coach in the conference.
No.
I mean, you can't deny it.
No, I can deny it, actually. But if you look at the teams here, Nebraska is good, but I don't trust them a lick. I don't trust Maryland. They lost Kevin Herter, who was nasty.
They still have what's his name? The point guard.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Is Melo Trumbull still?
What?
Melo Trumble's been there for like 10 years. Been there for like 8 years. You're not telling me he's still there.
Who knows?
Like a sophomore.
All I know is Brad Underwood will abuse his kids if they do not make the tournament this year. So he'll do a DJ Durkin if they do not make the tournament. So I expect Illinois to play with some fight this year.
Wisconsin is okay.
Wisconsin's also a contender. I forgot them. They're number 9. They're number 9 in the FPI. They're number 9 in the BPI this year. ESPN's very high on them.
Stop talking about BPI.
Very high. Same with Iowa. Iowa's 13th.
No. Oh my God.
With what's his name? With Cook and Lopez, or what's his name? Whatever his name is, Cook and the other guy. Nasty. Isaiah Moss. Nasty.
Purdue's good, but I don't think Carson Edwards is going to carry them past Michigan or Michigan
No, they
State.
got Matt Harms too. Don't forget about him.
He's shooting threes now. Michigan and Michigan State will win the Big Ten regular season, but if you look at the tournament, the Big Ten tournament, 2 teams that people are sleeping on.
Penn State.
No.
Mike Watkins is back.
Indiana and Illinois, 2 good basketball teams that have a chance to win the Big Ten.
Well, what about the team you picked last year, Rutgers?
I did not pick them.
You picked Rutgers. You picked Rutgers. They won a game. I'll give you credit. They won a game.
All right. Are we good on that?
See.
All right. Villanova. People are really forgetting that they're the national champs, not whoever's ranked ahead of them this year. Villanova's the national champs. What do you expect from the defending champs this year?
UCF is the national champs.
No.
Wait, who won the NIT last year?
I don't know who won the NIT.
Whoever won the NIT is the national champion, to me.
What do you expect out of Villanova this year? off their championship?
Regression, but they're still a top team. I mean, they're just not going to be as dominant. They lost their whole starting lineup.
No.
Or most of it. No what?
No.
No what?
Just no. It's just no.
All right. You convinced me. You got me.
Okay. What do I expect? I expect the Big East Championship, and I expect the second round exit. Just like they do every other year. They go national championship, second round exit, national championship. They're going to second round exit this year.
Ohio State's going to win because Doncic is now a graduate. Nobody is talking
Can we calm down with Ohio State?
Oh my God. Well, Villanova, they're ranked number 9. I think they're grossly overrated. They lost a ton of talent from last year.
They got Queerney. What's his name? Kearney? The point guard, the 5-star point guard, to replace Jalen, whatever his name is.
That's ridiculous. They're not going to do that his freshman year. He's not going to do that his freshman year.
Yeah, he's a 5-star recruit. He better do it. He's a 5-star recruit. No excuses.
They still have Phil Booth, and they still have Jay Wright as great coach.
They still have Dan Riley at head coach.
I expect them to be down. This year. They're going to win the Big East, though, because the Big East is going to have a tough year. They have a lot of teams that lost a lot of guys.
Watch out for
Marquette being one of them.
Marquette was number 9 in the BPI.
They are the Big East was the best conference in college basketball last year.
No.
They are not going to be the best conference.
Didn't show it in the tournament. Didn't show it.
What?
They didn't show they were the best in the tournament. Actually,
they did, because a team from their conference won the national championship.
That's like saying the SEC is the best conference in football because their team won the national championship.
Well, they are the best conference in football.
Well, UCF won the championship, so...
No, they did not. We are not. Okay, I cannot get myself worked up about UCF.
Actually, North Dakota State's the real Division I national champion to me.
Big Ten better watch out. Big Ten better watch out. Ohio State has... He's like basketball. He's everyone's daddy.
When are we doing our wrestling podcast?
Excuse me?
When are we doing our wrestling podcast?
Actually, we are going to break that news right now. That is coming up next week. We will be previewing the wrestling season.
I thought we were doing fencing.
Oh, fencing, yes. You can follow University of Michigan Fencing on Instagram. I follow them.
Oh, boy.
So, yeah, we will be going into that next week. All right, are we good on this?
Yes.
All right. New segment, compare a lineup. We take the 2 best teams from the Big Ten, Michigan and Michigan State.
Whoa. According to Andy Kratz, Michigan's the 5th best team in the Big Ten.
Okay, we are not listening to that guy.
No. He's the official NCAA website guy, so he's to be trusted the most.
No, he's an imbecile. All right. The point guard position, Xavier Simpson versus Cassius Winston. Who you got?
I have Cassius Winston. Because he's a better player. Not defensively.
I'm also going to be picking between the graduate assistant. Clearly, Andrew Doncic is the best. No, we will not be talking about graduate assistant.
Listen, if
Doncic is the Joe Burrow of basketball.
Facts. If Andrew Doncic was a choice, I would pick him. But let's compare the two. Winston, a Bob Cousy Award preseason pick. He's also a Naismith Award preseason pick. What is Xavier Simpson, like a statue award or something? Well, what is he?
I thought Charles Matthews is on that list. Xavier Simpson is on that list?
No, Cassius Winston is.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Cassius like 50% on wide open threes.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Takes like wide open set threes, and that's it.
Was this the award Andrew Dockich won last year?
I think he won the Sportsmanship Award last year.
He won the coaches award.
He won the Buckeye Award.
Most of the player money.
Well, so Winston's got all the applause or the acclaim. Simpson plays defense, and that's about it. Can't shoot the basketball. He can finish at the rim.
No, he's a great free throw shooter.
Let's comment.
What was he like? 35% from the line? Winston was 90% of the line last year. I'm gonna take Cassius Winston.
Luke, who do you got? I don't care. Cassius Winston. Okay. If you look at these two, you guys are. I will take Cassius Winston. I'll start with that. But you're grossly underrating.
No, I'm not. I've seen Xavier Simpson kill us last year.
Yeah.
He was making threes against
Xavier
us.
Simpson needs to take over a lot of the role that Rockman played last year. He's got to be the guy to make a play.
Well, if he needs to be Rockman, then Michigan's going nowhere. Let's just say that.
Rockman was better than Winston. So Simpson does
They didn't even play the
opportunity
same
to be better
position.
than Cassius Winston. He's a better playmaker.
That's like saying Nick Ward is better than Cassius Winston. You can't compare them. They play different positions.
Fair enough. He's a better defender. He's a better playmaker. He's a better finisher at the rim. But Cassius Winston just destroys him with his shooting and his consistency. So
he will lead.
Cassius Winston very close. But Simpson and really the two best players in this team, Simpson and Matthews, really are going to embody the biggest problem for this team this year, which is going to be free throw shooting. And your two best players can't shoot free throws.
Chris, you say Cassius Winston gets a wide open three every time, right?
He does.
Look at this picture. He is clearly covered. Clearly.
He's not shooting.
He is shooting. How is he not shooting?
He is not
What do you
shooting.
think he's doing?
He's passing.
No, he's not. He's shooting. He is shooting.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
That's ridiculous. Ridiculous.
We're moving on
Clearly covered.
to the shooting guard position, and we have this great picture of Jordan Poole celebrating.
By the way, that is not Josh Langford.
Well,
That is Jaren Jackson. I don't know where you're getting these pictures from.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
Either way, Jordan Poole versus Josh Langford.
Is it Jordan Poole versus Jaren Jackson? Because then I'll take Jaren Jackson.
No, we are Josh Langford, not Jaren Jackson.
Okay.
And thanks for Dockich on this list, because he had a pretty nice streak. Comparing Michigan and Michigan State. Oh.
No, don't worry. We will compare Rutgers and Ohio State next week.
I'll take Jaren Jackson. Oh, really? Cody Carr? Cody Carr. That is ridiculous. Cody Carr.
I'm going to go with, what's his name? Brad Davidson.
Excuse me?
Brad Davidson.
We're all relaxed here.
Jordan Poole or Josh Langford? Mike, who you got?
Well, considering Jordan Poole plays no defense and just puts up prayers and they somehow go in. Langford is he's the streakiest shooter I've ever seen. He's the best player to come off of a curl and take a long two and make it. That's what he's good at. So I'm going to go with Langford because he plays defense and Poole doesn't. But they're both similar players.
All right, Alex?
I'm going with Poole because Langford, I think the middle of the season, then I feel like he had 4 points in the middle.
Oh, yeah, he played well in the Big Ten tournament against Michigan.
Yeah, I remember he started the year averaging 14 points on 70% shooting from the field. Great start to the season. Then he couldn't make a basket late in the season at all.
I forgot he was on their team.
Well, he's still a 4-star recruit. Oh, no, he's a 5-star recruit, not a 4-star.
As Mike said, they are very similar players. I agree with that. But I'm going to take Jordan Poole. Josh Langford is terribly inconsistent and does not show up in big games.
Shocker.
We saw Jordan Poole show up in a big game when they played Houston, and he made that miracle shot. He shows up in big games, makes big-time plays so that Duncan gets Penn State. He can shoot free throws. This is going to be very important for this team late in games this year when he's in there shooting free throws. But give me Jordan Poole.
Wait, so you looked up Josh Langford, and then Jaren Jackson came up? How did you get that picture?
I looked up Josh Langford and Jared Jackson. I don't know what he looks like. I forget he's on the team.
Okay. That is Jaren Jackson blocking a shot. I'm pretty sure Josh Langford doesn't block a shot.
He's being called for an offensive foul right there.
Oh, right. No, he's just dunking on Teskey's ass.
We're moving on. Charles Matthews versus Matt McQuaid.
This is now a question.
I remember Michigan State tournament last year. The only person who could do anything was Matt McQuaid. He had balls, as Mike would say. He was the only one with balls.
Do not.
So that's the reason I'm taking Matt McQuaid. Oh my God.
That's good reasoning. Good reasoning.
That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable.
I will not be taking him because he's terrible.
What? He is our best perimeter defender.
What?
He's our best perimeter defender. It's not even close. Him and Langford are both good, but he's better. He will lock down your number one on the other team.
No, he will not lock down Charles Matthews.
Oh, he will. Trust me.
No, he won't.
Want to bet on that?
No. I don't make bets anymore.
Oh, now you're Chris Semino?
Yep. Okay, so...
What are you taking?
He averaged 5.6 points a game. Oh, no, that was his...
What are you talking about?
That was 2 years ago. Never mind.
Oh, yeah. He was hurt that entire year, by the way.
I mean, he played 19 games. It's not like he played 2.
Well, he was hurt most of the year. He was hurt half of the year. Fine. Half of the year. Okay.
Who you got?
This might be a hot take. Give me the guy with the bigger balls, as Luke would say. Give me Matt McQuaid. Plays defense. Shoots the rock. Take you off the dribble. Take you to the basket. Do a lot of things. Tom Izzo trusts him the most of anybody. Not to mention, he is our backup point guard to start the season. So he'll be playing multiple positions to start the season. And Tom Izzo trusts him the most of anybody. And it will be... And I believe he'll have a breakout senior season, just like Denzel Valentine did. He will be absolutely money from three-point range. Charles Matthews is good. Charles Matthews is also inconsistent with the shot. Charles Matthews is way more athletic than McQuaid. But I'm still going to take McQuaid because I like him more.
Well, as you said, you were talking about McQuaid playing multiple positions. Charles Matthews plays all 5 positions. So
is Charles Matthews the backup point guard for your team?
Who's the backup point guard for my team? Adrian Nunez, who is nasty.
Eduardo Nunez?
No. Anyways, if you compare these teams, and you look at all the players on both teams, Charles Matthews is the best player out of anybody on either team.
That is disrespectful to Nick Ward.
That is why I will take Charles Matthews by landslide. Oh, Nick Ward is terrible. We saw him last year get absolutely destroyed by Mo Wagner, and it's going to happen again this year against John Teskey.
John Teskey, oh boy.
And if it does,
can we calm down with John Teskey? John Teskey shouldn't even be a D1 player at all.
Hey, let's remember when John Teskey went off in the Big Ten championship.
Well, he got about 5 open layups because they were double teaming everybody.
Well, all right. Well, if that doesn't work, they'll put in Mo Wagner 2.0, Iggy Brazilia.
What? Iggy Azalea? What? Iggy Azalea?
He's nasty. He's a freshman. He's nasty.
Iggy Azalea, the singer from Australia. Iggy Azalea.
I know who you mean.
We're moving on. The power forward position. Not exactly the strongest position for either team. Livers or coins? Who you guys got?
This is just terrible. This is just...
Well, keep saying it's terrible, but you haven't made a pick yet, so.
I'll take Livers because he plays.
Because he plays?
No, he doesn't. He spent like 2 minutes in the title game.
I'm not talking about the title game.
Nick Ward. I'm taking Nick Ward.
Not an option, but okay.
We're not even picking him.
Nick Ward does not play power forward.
Dude, Gordon's a 6'6" power forward. How does that work?
He played power forward, and we double teamed him, and he coughs up the ball every fucking time.
A 6'6" power
This
forward.
is not Nick Ward, smartass.
No, Nick Ward, you just got to send 2 guys at him. It's an automatic turnover.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're not talking about Nick Ward right now. Okay, so I thought to start the season that Marcus Bingham would be our starting power forward. Unfortunately, he is 6'11" and 190, which is not big enough, even though he's got the talent to be one of the best power forwards in the country. He's just not there yet. So, what does Izzo do? He puts somebody who is a black hole on offense on the court, because that's what he loves to do. He's done it in the past with like Matthew Costello in the past, other players like that. Kenny Goings is a staple on the defensive end. He can rebound. I think he made 1 3-pointer all of last year, so it'll be interesting to see how they'll try to fit him in. I'm going to go with Goings because he's more experienced. He's been to the Final Four as well, and he actually played.
Well, actually, Livers went to the Final Four and won a game last year, too.
Did he play?
He started on that team last year. He started on the team that went to the national championship.
How many?
He's going to start again this year, and he is a much better player than Goings. Everything he listed that Goings does, Livers does that as well. He rebounds, he plays defense, and he can shoot. So this is Livers by a landslide.
Well, you're underrating Kenny Goings.
Yeah. He's terrible.
Well, I mean,
He is bad.
he's like Aaron Baines. You don't appreciate what he does.
Don't you dare.
Aaron Baines. How
No,
dare you?
you don't appreciate what he does on the floor. He can guard all 5 positions. Although Tom Izzo does not like to switch on the ball screen, so it doesn't matter. But hopefully, maybe they will this year and don't get burned against teams like Illinois. Hopefully he'll learn. Probably not. But we'll see. I'm okay with this.
Right. The center position. John Teskey
This one is
versus
not
Nick
even
Ward.
close. This
Yeah.
one's a bigger landslide than the last one.
So you're taking Teskey?
No. Just look at this picture right now. John Teskey looks like he took somebody from like rural Maine and made him 6'9" or whatever, he's 7 feet tall, put him on a basketball court. He's the most unathletic player I've ever seen.
Have you seen him shoot? He's nasty. He takes jump shots.
Oh no! All the announcers do is apologize for everything bad he does out there. I've never seen. Well, Bill Raftery's like apologizing every time he does something bad. It's like, oh, he's just a young player. Oh, blah blah blah. No, Nick Ward is the most dominating. He's the most dominant presence I've ever seen at the center position. With an asterisk, if he's single team, he averaged more points, more rebounds, more block shots than DeAndre Ayton per 40 minutes last year. He has to learn how to get out of the double team. I understand that. But he is one of the most dominating presences I've ever seen at the center position. And he's only 6'10". And he was number 1 in offensive rebound percentage last year. Give me Nick Ward in a landslide.
Alex, as much as I don't like him, I think he's a fat, undersized center.
No, he lost 40 pounds in the offseason.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I don't know why you're apologizing.
I will take Nick Ward because he's more skilled.
All right, and Luke has already made his pick.
And
Luke
Luke is going to take Caleb Wesson.
I haven't made my pick yet.
He's going to take Caleb
really?
Wesson. Caleb Wesson.
I'm not
Give me a break. agree.
Even though he's coached by the best veteran assistant in the league, Andrew Dockage. I'm going to take Nick Ward, even though he sucks.
Yes.
Well, if you look at him, okay, Nick Ward is a better player.
Don't do it. Don't embarrass yourself.
No, Nick Ward is a better basketball player. Nobody's denying that. More skilled. So I'll take Nick Ward in that sense, but I will take John Teskey in this sense. If you look at a matchup against with Michigan State and Michigan, wherever they meet, regular season, Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament, wherever, if they start Kenny going, as Mike said, he's a black hole.
Don't you dare. 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 Don't you dare.
Come over and double team Nick Ward. So give me John Teskey.
How dare you? How dare you? Okay, first of all, if these two matched up together, you put Teskey one-on-one with Ward, Ward would win that matchup 100% of the time.
They're not doing that, though. They're going to double him.
It doesn't matter. We're blocking one-on-one, aren't we? We're talking one-on-one.
Nope.
We're not. We're not saying. We're not saying. No, we're not saying if you took Livers out here, put Livers and double team him. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about one-on-one. Nick Ward would not only destroy John Teskey, he would abuse him over and over again.
No, give me Teskey.
No, and if you put Teskey in the post against Nick Ward's one of the best post defenders in the country. Even though he's undersized, he's a terrific defender, and John Teskey would do nothing against him.
Here's a concept that John Teskey takes on. He makes good passes.
He's awful. I've never met.
Nasty.
He's the most he's like Nathan Peterman for the Bills. There's no reason why he's on your roster. He is awful.
He can go off in the Big Ten final game. 17 points.
He is so bad. 17 points. He got about 10 open layups.
No, you're sleeping.
I remember he missed a layup, and the announcers were like, "Oh no, not Teskey again. Oh, why is he even playing?"
Hey.
That's embarrassing.
Who's the poster on your team again?
What?
Oh, never mind. That was different. Never mind.
Well, and then you look at Brazilians off the bench. He can come in, and if he comes in, he's a better player than Nick Ward. So.
Wait, who?
But I think they're going to start John Teskey.
Oh my God, that's ridiculous. What Nick Ward has accomplished in this day and age is he could be Greg Monroe in the NBA if he wants to.
No. All right.
He was a higher draft prospect than Wagner and still stayed in school.
Whose bench is better, Michigan or Michigan State?
Deeper?
Not even close. Not even close.
However you want to interpret it.
Not even close.
Who is it, Mike?
I don't think this is a discussion. Who does Michigan have off the bench? Name them, please. I would like to know.
I will.
Go ahead, name them now.
Traditionally, John Beeline goes with about an 8-man rotation in a big game.
Yeah, Tom Izzo does a 15-man rotation in a big game.
That's why he's a loser in the second round every year.
Adrian Nunez,
Who?
solid player off the bench. They have Iggy Brazilius.
Iggy Azalea?
And they have Austin Davis to back up John Teskey.
So I don't know a single person you just named. Maybe I should, but I don't know a single person you just named. On our bench, we have one of the most underrated. By the way, I would take this guy over Teskey any day. Xavier Tillman, terrific center.
Oh my God!
Xavier Tillman
So
abused Michigan in that Big Ten tournament last year. He's a really good player. Aaron Henry, a freshman, he's probably the most ready freshman to play. Foster Lawyer, who will probably not be our backup point guard to start the year because he plays no defense, but he can get you a bucket whenever he wants. Guys like Marcus Bingham, if they don't redshirt him, he's probably the most talented player on the team. And of course, you got other freshmen like Thomas Kithier, who can make shots. Kyle Ahrens, as stretch four who was hurt all of last year, but he's got experience, and he could be a key piece for this team. I don't think it's even close. Michigan State has a better bench.
even close. Because Andrew Dockich is a graduate assistant at Ohio State, coaching up the bench players there.
Hey,
Need a
Luke,
team
I heard
Michigan.
one of your best players transferred before the year started.
Excuse me?
Didn't like your third best player just transfer?
2 days before the freaking season starts, Micah Potter decides to transfer. 2 days? Where are you going to transfer and start playing in 2 days? It makes no sense.
UMBC?
You mean Fort Kent?
Fort Kent will take him.
Upset alert.
Well, if you look at these two benches, I forgot to name a couple people. Eli Brooks is actually our backup point guard. He actually got the start over Xavier Simpson in the first few games last season, and he played a little bit of the tournament. And then you look at Brandon Johns, who actually might be
Who?
probably the second most talented player on the team. He's a freshman, probably gets a minute. So I'm taking Michigan. I'm taking their bench.
Right.
So I really don't think it's very close. Look at some of the talent they have off the bench.
I guess we'll see as the season progresses. Well, once Michigan gets past their cakewalk out of conference schedule, and Michigan
because they play Villanova and North Carolina.
and Michigan State gets through their absolutely brutal non-conference schedule with no easy teams on the schedule at all.
Oh, really? No easy teams?
Nope. Name one.
0 easy teams.
Name one.
Okay, well, Oakland.
Oakland is traditionally a tough rivalry game. As you know, rivalry games can go both ways.
Oh, really? It's not a rivalry.
It is.
How about Louisiana Monroe?
Well, you got to have one cakewalk in there. And they're still a Sun Belt school. The Sun Belt is a decent conference. Sun Belt is still decent.
Scheduled at Tennessee Tech.
Hey, it's at Tennessee Tech now, is it?
At Northern Illinois.
Tough place to play. Tough place to play. I remember you played at Texas and was acting like you were playing at freaking Fog Allen with the 100,000 people.
That was a good win last year. A quadrant 1 win.
Yeah, right.
All right, now we move on to maybe the most heated discussion. In a very close race, who has the best coach
I'm going to go with Ohio State.
out of Michigan and Michigan State?
I'm going to go with the Oakland coach.
What?
Okay, I'll go first. If we look at the past, I don't think it's even close who has a better resume. I think Izzo has a better resume. If we look at now, it's a lot closer. Talent-wise, Izzo has a better roster. But Beeline has a better scheme, offensively and defensively. And Beeline finally realized he has to play defense to win big games, and he realized that last year. But and we should do a fan section. If we did a fan section, Michigan State would win that by like 100,000. But
No, it doesn't have to do with your coach.
well, our student section is named after our coach. I don't even know if Michigan has a student section. I never see it.
So obviously it's not helping you win games.
Don't you see the people dressed up as bees for John Beeline?
So what's the student section called then?
We don't have one. It's not called anything.
Oh, come on. You got Purdue, they're like the painter or whatever, the painter section. Izzone. Whatever, some other schools have something.
The Nut House. Ohio State has the Nut House.
What is Ohio State?
The Nut House.
The Nut House, yes, of course, the Nut House.
Okay. So, Mike, you taking Beeline?
I'm gonna go with because Mo Wagner is gone, Izzo.
Okay. Are we talking about just the head coach or the entire staff? Just the head coach. Okay, the entire staff, you're going to have to go with a hot take staff and graduate assistant.
That's why I would have taken Beeline if he didn't drive Andrew Dockich away.
All right. Alex, who you got?
Well, we're going like on overall or like current success?
Right Right now, who's the better
Who would
coach?
you take right now?
Right now?
Right this second. Is there an echo, Alex? Or?
I would have to say B1 because he has adapted. Izzo still plays like it's 2005. So I'm going to take the coach who coaches a more modern game and has had more success in the past 5 years.
Well, I wouldn't even say he coaches a more modern game. He just adapts to his players. Tom Izzo coaches the same thing every year. Tom Izzo has more talent than John Beilein every single year. Yet John Beilein goes farther in the tournament and beats Tom Izzo, as he did twice last year. I think it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it goes in swings. It goes in swings.
He's been absolutely outcoached by
No,
John Beilein.
no. From
I don't even think this is very close.
From 2010 to 2012.
Third best coach in the country.
From 2006 to 2010, it was all Izzo. From 2010 to 2012, it was all Beilein. Then it was all Izzo again from 2012 to 2016. Now it's Beilein again. It goes in swings.
Well, you have more talent every year, so it's embarrassing.
No, last year. Okay, fine. Last year, I'll give you last year. Not the year before, and not the year before that. And the year before that, we actually beat you every time we played you. So it was 1 year that Izzo failed to beat you. 1 year.
We a last 4-in team into the tournament, so I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Yeah.
What year?
3 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago, right? We went into Ann Arbor and just blew the doors off you. Bryn Forbes put up 9 threes.
We were a last 4-in team into the tournament.
So?
That's the year we hit that shot with
okay, then you can't count 2 years ago when Tom Izzo was a 9 seed. You can't count that either then.
Our starter that year is now playing at Detroit Mercy.
Okay. They're a tough team. No, they're not.
Yeah, they are a tough team. That's what I said last
year. That's why they were picked to finish last in the what's it called? Appalachian League or Horizon League, whatever it's called.
All right, before we get into the picks, we need to start the season with your final 4 picks. Who you guys got?
Final 4. Let me think.
Okay, I'll put together a rough final 4. Gonzaga for sure. Other teams, I'm going to go with, you got to have a Big 12 team in there, right? Well, there's no good Big 12 team, so no. Let's go, well, yeah, fine, Kansas. Okay, here's my final 4. Kansas, Gonzaga, Kansas State, and team from the ACC, North Carolina.
Alex?
I got Gonzaga as well.
Of course.
Both are nasty, so I don't know why you die.
Best coach in America.
I have Duke. Dude, I have Duke because they're ridiculous, the talent.
Yeah, they were ridiculous last year, too.
Yeah, they're ridiculous every year.
Dude, they had the top 3 recruits.
They had like they had like 4 of the top 8 last year.
I have Villanova going back to the Final Four. And I have Nevada.
Oh, boy. Nevada will be out of the rankings for 2 weeks.
I'm not joking about
Let's
that
calm down.
That is awful.
You ready for mine?
Ohio State, Cincinnati, Ball State, Bowling Green. Mountain Union, yeah.
Okay.
Syracuse. Because they make a run every single year.
No, every other year.
Syracuse. Loyola Chicago.
Okay.
Mr. G gonna roll into the gym. Everyone's gonna run away.
Is she dead yet?
She's like that Purdue kid.
Oh, God.
All right. Calm down. I was gonna say West Virginia Virginia, but they choke every year because their style's just not right. I think Virginia, because they're going to come back with vengeance after last year. Choke every year, too. Terrible. Virginia, and my last one, for the main reason of they have the best coaching staff in the nation, especially with graduate assistant Andrew Dockich on the bench, coaching up the bench. Not Ohio State. They're going to make it to the Elite Eight, and then they're going to lose two. Who will make the Final Four?
What about Kentucky? I know you love Calipari.
Good. I will be taking, I like the Syracuse pick. They have the talent this year. Highest title is national.
Give me a break.
So I'll take Syracuse. I'll take North Carolina, Michigan, and Tennessee.
You're the only 10 I see.
That's enough of that.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Okay.
Sure it was.
So as we do for football, we will also be picking games for basketball. As we see here, the records stand at 0-0. We've not picked any games yet. We'll get right into that.
Are you sure about that? I know you're in last place for football. That's all I know.
No, I don't know what you're talking about. We start with the first game of the Champions Classic, number 10, Michigan State against number 1, Kansas. I have a question. Does the MAC also play basketball games on Tuesday? That also matters.
I think that interferes with their football games. I think they only.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem.
All right. You guys got this one.
Wait, who was it again?
Michigan State, Kansas.
Michigan State. Kansas sucks.
Oh
they
my
don't suck, but
God.
they choke every single year.
Rock, chalk, J, Hawk, Kansas.
All right, Luke. Well, let's see. What day is that game? Tuesday. Tomorrow. Oh, that's opening day. Let's see what the BPI says. BPI against Kansas. The option to win. Oh, we got Sparty. Okay. I will also take Sparty. I think Kansas got a lot of young talent, and I think it's taking some time.
Tom Izzo. I don't remember the last time we won our Champions Classic game. Let's just say that. I don't even remember the last time.
Well, it's a favorable matchup, so I will take Michigan State. Next game, this should be a thriller. Oregon State at Villanova.
Jesus. Morgan State. Where is Morgan State? I've never heard of this before.
I don't know.
Never heard of them in my life.
Who are we picking?
Morgan State. Not
Oregon State.
not Oregon State. Morgan State.
Morgan State.
Yeah, Morgan. I've never heard of them in my life.
And who are they playing? Villanova. I'm going to take Villanova.
Morgan State's in Baltimore, Maryland. Oh, it's a historically black college.
I'm taking Villanova.
Upset of the century.
You're not.
I swear to God, if you did, I would close this thing off.
I am taking Fort Kent later on as a preview, but
we'll get to that.
It's more of a spoiler than a preview.
what?
It's more of a spoiler than a preview.
No, I'm taking Villanova.
Chris, will we be picking the Oakland game? No. They play Kalamazoo. We're not picking this game.
Well,
Kalamazoo!
well,
I play the kazoo!
They're playing it like Kazoo Kid.
wait, so Luke, who did you pick for this? Did Luke take Morgan State?
You say you're taking Morgan State?
No.
So I marked you down as taking Morgan State.
I asked Luke if he was taking Morgan State.
Oh, okay. No, he said Villanova. Are you taking Villanova?
Well, Morgan State's from the Mid-East Athletic Conference. That's a tough conference. Really good competition. Historically black school. You know they pump out the athletes. Villanova's got some white guys on the team. They'll be intimidated. Give me Villanova by 45.
I will take Villanova.
Well, what a tough pick. Way to start the season with some tough picks.
All right, our next game each week for college basketball, we will mark a game of the week. And this week, it is Norfolk State at Michigan.
Right,
So,
Norfolk State.
Who you guys got?
Probably the 10th biggest school in Virginia. Probably 20th. This is a hot take. I'm gonna go with Michigan because I know Norfolk State is favored in this game. But I think I'm gonna take Michigan.
I don't know how this is the game of the week, but
Who picked the game of the week?
I'm sure the Big Ten Network is marketing it as the game of the week.
Yes, they are actually.
Of course they are.
Michigan, because it's not close.
What day is this on? Tuesday? This is tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, the start of the season.
ESPN. What? ESPN says there's no game.
What?
What are you talking about? Yeah. That's how bad this game is. ESPN doesn't even care about putting it on their website. It's on Big Ten Network. ESPN doesn't have it listed for sure. Yes, they do. No, they don't. Yes, they do.
Look it up.
Time's the game. 8:30. I'm taking Michigan. Oh, really?
Go Blue! Hail to the victors! Upset at home.
I'll also take Michigan, but the line teams usually start slow out of the gate, so I'm expecting it to be close at halftime.
Right. You were gloating about how they beat Toledo in a scrimmage.
Okay, next we'll move into the 9 o'clock game of the Champions Classic. Number 4 Duke against number 2 Kentucky.
Yeah, this is a tough one for me. Could go either way. Kentucky is technically the home team, so they'll be wearing the white shirts. I think that gives Duke a big advantage because they'll be wearing their blue. I'm gonna go with Duke because Kentucky always starts like 0-5 to start the season when they're always ranked top 5.
I'm going to take Duke.
I will also, dude, their talent is just ridiculous.
I remember when Luke said John Calipari is the best coach in America.
They had a dominant Canadian run in their tour of Canada. So.
Well, this is usually, if this is just a regular game, not the first game of the season, I would pick Kentucky. But they do start out of the gate slow. They always start 5 freshmen, and they have 5 freshmen right off the bench to come in. So I'll take Duke. Okay, the first Ohio State game here on the schedule. This is Wednesday night. Ohio State at Cincinnati.
Dockage on the bench, big presence. I'm going with Ohio State.
Rawr, 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 meow, meow, Cincinnati.
Thanks.
Luke? If this game was in prime time, it's on ESPN too, though, I'd be taking Cincinnati. But because it's at 6 o'clock, I'm going to take Ohio State.
Okay. Makes sense. It'll still be dark out.
I will take Cincinnati in this game. They're just a better basketball team. But Andrew Dockich is a graduate assistant. I am factoring in the Dockich effect, and it actually gives Ohio State a negative effect, so give me Cincinnati. Does that give you it's coached by Beeline, the worst coach in America? Oh, really? The third best coach in America? He's not as good as John Calipari. Andrew Dockich is a better coach than him.
I would take Dockich over him.
I want to apologize earlier for saying the Michigan game was the game of the week. I did forget about this game, which is actually the game of the week.
What now?
We have Maine, Fort Kent at Liberty. Who do you guys got?
I didn't even know they had a logo. That's a sick logo. UMaine Fort Kent. This game's on ESPN Plus, so you have to pay for it. I will be paying for it. I'll just say that right now. This is a big game. FPI or BPI gives UMaine Fort Kent. What are they, like D3? What are they? What are they?
Division 3.
They gave a Division 3 team. They gave a Division 3 team.
Fort Kent be a Division 1 school.
I said Division 2 or Division 3.
3.
Okay. So, BPI gives them a 6% chance of winning.
I thought it was like 0.1.
Nope, it's 6%. I'm going to go with Liberty.
All right. I'm going to take Liberty as well. Alex?
I'm very tempted to take Fort Kent.
No, don't back out of it. Don't you dare back out of it.
I'm taking Fort Kent.
Let's go.
A D3 school.
Upset of all time in sports history.
I will also take UMaine Fort Kent.
I could make the UMaine Fort Kent roster if I wanted to next year.
They will
So you beat
destroy Liberty on their own court.
Dude, Liberty is a kid that's 7'2". What the hell?
Liberty picking Vermont versus BU. That's a big game. No.
That is a big game. We should be picking that one.
That's a good game. Okay. Moving on to another big game this week on the Pac-12 Network.
Oh my God.
So,
Conference of Champions.
we have Maine at Utah.
Oh God. Is Kyle Kuzma still there?
What?
Is Kyle Kuzma still at Utah?
I don't know. All right.
Well, in that case, I'm still picking Utah.
I am as well. UMaine basketball is terrible.
Well, you have to remember UMaine has a good young core. They have Andrew Fleming, Teron Moss. Good young core.
Man,
Good group of players.
your UMaine knowledge is pretty good.
On the sideline. So I'm going to take Utah. All right? I'll tell you what, it's going to be a good week. It's going to be a good day for the state of Maine because Maine is going to upset Utah.
They are coming off a thrilling win versus Prescott. So
Wait, so this is the equivalent of like picking Mercer to beat Auburn. Basically what you're doing here.
No, Utah is just not a good team. They're going to finish last in the Pac-12.
No. They still have that big white guy at center who rebounds.
No, I'm taking Maine.
Okay. I'm taking
the UMaine roster are literally like European guys or just I don't even know what.
We have another ranked matchup. Somehow it's on the SEC Network on Thursday. Number 25 Washington at number 11 Auburn. Does this remind us of when Jarrett Stidham took down Washington in the football season this year?
That's a good point. I'll give you that one. Washington is a really good basketball team, and they will win the Pac-12. Auburn is going through some stuff right now. I'm going to go with Washington.
That's where your man IT went, right?
Yes.
He's still better than Kyrie?
Yes.
Or
Kyrie went to crappy Duke.
crappy Duke. I'm taking Washington. Auburn is the most overrated top 25 team of the season.
No, when you think about it, Washington pumps out all these overrated players. Isaiah Thomas, Markelle Fultz, Marquise Chris, all overrated. Never do anything in the NBA.
All right, Luke, who do you got? I'm going to take Auburn because 11 is lower than 25, which means that Auburn is the better team.
But
I will also take Auburn only because of the Jarrett Stidham effect. Give me Auburn.
Oh, so they're going to trade.
I'm also taking Auburn because Auburn rhymes with Doggage. So I'm taking Auburn.
That may okay. You're starting to lose your pizzazz.
Auburn, Doggage. They rhyme. So moving to the second,
Washington Dockage. Rhymes.
Doggage. On Friday night from the Chrysler Center, the campus tip-off game, you have Holy Cross.
I'm wondering what channel I can find this game on.
You cannot buy this game on a channel. You can actually listen to it on mgoblue.com.
Wait. They have UMaine Fort Kent at Liberty on ESPN Plus, and they don't have this game on ESPN Plus.
Listen, they might have a television station for this game later in the week, but right now there's not being televised. And they usually have the football announcers, Michigan does, on the basketball game. I don't know if they'll be doing that because the next day Michigan will play at Rutgers for football. So I'll be interested to see who's going to be calling that game because I'll be listening on Friday night. What you guys got?
Mike Valeni will be calling it.
By the way, Holy Cross is a 13-point favorite.
Wait, what's the game?
Holy Cross
they're
at Michigan. Well, because Tommy Heinsohn...
You stole my point! You stole my point!
Tommy Heinsohn went to Holy Cross. Hondo went to Holy Cross. And Tommy Heinsohn's the only two-time, soon-to-be three-time Hall of Famer. And if you turn the Michigan logo upside down and make the W, we're going to take Michigan.
Tommy Heinsohn went to Holy Cross. Give me the purple!
Brett, explain to me why Michigan is selling tickets for this game at $2 a pop.
That's embarrassing.
They sell out games, and they make it affordable for everybody. That's like when the Red Sox were going for the most sellouts in a row, and they were handing out tickets for free to make sure they got everybody in the stadium.
Oh, it's just like a couple years ago under Brady Hoke when Michigan was giving their tickets away for their football games because nobody wanted to go.
You know, the game against MSU in Ann Arbor later in the season, they're selling tickets for $3 for that game.
That's embarrassing.
That's how much they sell the Michigan State football tickets for.
No, they actually started at $15 for the Purdue game, but they're up to $80 for the Ohio State game.
I'm taking Michigan.
Come on, Tommy Heinsohn. Make Tommy Heinsohn proud. Give me a Tommy point. I should get a Tommy point for this.
Tommy point.
All right. The next Ohio State game, which will be on Sunday next week, Fort Wayne at Ohio State.
What? What is Fort Wayne's mascot?
Some sort of elephant.
Didn't they beat like Indiana last year or something like that?
Indiana State beat Indiana last year. I remember that.
Yeah.
Let me look them up. Let me look up Fort Wayne.
I'm just going to take Ohio State. Yeah, I'll take Ohio State.
Yeah, I will too.
Is it University of Purdue at Fort Wayne?
The game is in Columbus.
Yeah, 2017 Indiana basketball loses to Fort Wayne.
The Buckeye Classic.
The University of Purdue at Fort Wayne Mastodons.
You gotta pick them. Mastodon is.
Because Purdue beat Ohio State earlier this year, and this is University of Purdue at Fort Wayne, I'm rolling the dice and taking Fort Wayne.
Okay. The next game, the second Michigan State game here on the schedule, also be on Sunday evening. This will be on Big Ten Network. Florida Gulf Coast at Michigan State.
Well, I was going to take Florida Gulf Coast, but I've already taken 2 upsets, so I'm going to go with Michigan State.
I will too.
Although Florida Gulf Coast is a terrific team.
Upset potential.
Luke? I don't care. I'll take Michigan State. Yeah, I'll take Michigan State too. It does have upset potential, though. Watch out. All right, to finish out our picks, we have a Power 5 matchup on Monday.
We got 8-4 North Carolina.
Yes, it will be Stanford at number 8, 8-4 North Carolina. What you guys got?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah, I'm going to take North Carolina. All right, I will also take North Carolina. So that is going to do it, folks. Thank you for watching, and we hope that we'll be able to do the football podcast tomorrow. It will get done this week, so we will see you when we do that. Thank you for watching. I don't think